I've only got 5 minutes to tell you exactly what's going on, so let's get down to business. Welcome to Sonic the Hedgehog P06, a Unity engine port of Sonic Adventure 4 Several Worlds, better known as Sonic the Hedgehog 2006-2007 game, for the PC, brought to you by ChaosX's and Company. This would be considered not the same as the 2017 and 18 Unity engine port. That is the Remake project, but this is a different remake. It's a remaster in its own right, and at the same time, there's a massive amount of bug fixes and optimizations to this game that makes it feel very much more like a traditional adventure title, such as being able to spin dash on a dime, be able to do spin dash jumps. The homing attack works exactly as it did, or almost exactly as it did in the TGS 2005 and E3 2006 demos. And there's just a few other quality of life benefits, such as a combo system similar to that of Adventure 2, where you can get big bonuses for destroying multiple enemies and objects at once. What you are seeing here is an Aggressor Strats proceeding through Wave Ocean. I just thought one day that, since I'm able to get an easy S rank in Wave Ocean, I thought, why not show off how brutal you can actually do this? It's pretty simple, really. All you have to do is make sure that you have as much destruction as possible, but at the same time, the combo system is pretty tricky. You have to make sure that you do not waste any seconds. In order to get that 6800 perfect bonus or higher, I think you can go as high as 7500 if you manage to get that 1-up monitor right there. You can definitely rack up the points very quickly, and for Wave Ocean, it is mandatory. If you want to be able to get the S rank, even if you have no rings going into the super speed segment, you're best off making sure that you have at least 20,000 points. And for a level with a 50,000 point quota, well then again, every level in Adventure 4 had a 50,000 point quota except for the missions, correct? It's pretty straightforward. But it all comes down to strategy, because if you're not good with doing a no damage run, of course you're going to have a bit of a problem doing this. Other things you may notice too is that the level up system from the gems is now available. I like to call them jewels more than gems, of course. Miles now has some of his abilities from Adventure 1, in this case the tail spin. I wonder if we'll get the rapid tail spin. Nah, the rhythm badge didn't exist. It didn't exist in Adventure 4, so what's the point? And that 700 Radical will likely take you over the top, but it is a bit tricky to get. So long as you are at least within margin of error, like right here, that's margin of error, 19,710. So long as you have over 19,500 going into the super speed stage, so long as you get at least 95 to 110 rings, you'll more than likely still get the S rank, no matter how long it takes for you to complete this stage alone. One thing you might also notice about the super speed stages is that you no longer take damage when you run into a wall, but crushable objects will still damage you. You can also do light speed or ring chain dashes in midair, which actually can be a bit of a benefit, especially in a level such as Kingdom Valley. Ugh. Trying to use Aggressor Strats on that is not easy one bit. But just going straight up ballistic is not an easy task. You may have also noticed I tried not to go at max speed there between the trees. The trees will damage you, even if you run or jump into them. They don't have knockback mechanics like the walls do, which also goes the same thing for these rocks, hence why I'm also trying to brake. You actually can run at slow speed by holding down the slide button, in this case circle or B, and you're able to basically get through any area with ease. It's pretty smooth, it's pretty fair, and you'll barely have any problems. The only problem I experienced while playing through this entire thing is you actually do need a decently spec'd computer in order to play this and record in HD. I'm using the Pavilion P0057C, which is, for the most part, a reasonably spec'd setup. Basically, imagine a 4790K, but it's Intel Core i5-8400, and you got RX Lexa. Personally, I would recommend you at least have a 9600K and some relevant 6 to 11 gig graphics card. So anything between the 1066 gig or 1060 Ti, I'm not exactly sure which variant is 6 gig or if there is 6 gig for both. And anything up to the Quadro RTX 8000. Yes, I know that has 48 gigs of RAM, but bear with me. Unity is usually a very hardware-intensive engine as is, regardless of whether or not you're playing Adventure 4 on PC or if you're playing Clone Hero. But especially if you are doing streaming, if you want to do it in HD, you will need the hardware that I'm mentioning. Anything goes, but I think this is pretty much okay for now. Hoping you enjoyed this. I'll probably get to Kingdom Valley at a better point. There's going to be more programs coming up soon. Just got to get the rest of my quarter K programming out there, and then the rest will follow. So with that said, I'm freelance entertainer Royameadow. Hope you enjoyed this. I'm out.